Here we are again. It's Monday morning and we're back in the kitchen. I'll be honest, the main reason these videos are in the kitchen is because my phone needs to be plugged in because I think it's reaching the end of its life. But anyway, as always, I'm Celeste and I'm here to help driven millennial women find freedom from chaos, clarity of purpose and the power to create a life worth loving. We do that through the Project Tempest pathways, a very rare and unique systematic approach to mindset training. So, something that's comes out quite a lot, I see this in the people I work with, as they start to progress, they start to work on themselves, and they start to believe in themselves, and they start to realise, actually, there's so much more I can do. I can do anything, I can be anything, I can do anything, I can have anything, and there's all these potential options that open up. There's so much more that becomes available to you when you start working on yourself. When you get out of the chaos, when you find a level of clarity and you understand your purpose, and you actually have a powerful existence and the energy you need every day to actually do stuff, there suddenly becomes too much stuff to do. You start to get overwhelmed. You start to write all these to-do lists and they get longer and longer and longer. And this is the problem, because to-do lists are ultimately depressing because they're never really done. No one ever finishes their to-do list. There's always things being added. There's always things that are getting put to the side. So the reality is, as you get better and you progress more and more and more, you still have problems. But you start to have different kind of problems. The chaos of actually having too many options, the chaos of being too capable, the chaos of, not knowing what the best option is. So anyone who thinks that you start to work on yourself and all your problems disappear needs a bit of a reality check, because it's not that your problems disappear, they just change and you have different kinds of problems. You have different things that you've got to work on, different things that may overwhelm you or cause problems down the line. So the chaos of abundance is something that you really need to be aware of when you're on this path, when you're doing these things, because it's so easy to get overwhelmed and to feel like you're not actually making progress simply because there's so much available to you. And if you keep working through your to-do list, you keep doing this, you keep doing that, but you're unaware of how much progress you're actually making, it can seem like you're standing still. And that feeling of not progressing, not going anywhere, can be really, really off-putting, and it can actually cause people to stop and to go back to old habits. And then all of a sudden you found yourself in a position you were at the beginning, simply because you couldn't deal with the chaos of actually having too many options. So instead of, working constantly from a to-do list and constantly sitting around with all these different options, you've got to get super, super clear on what it is you want. Start to chunk that down into smaller goals, smaller, more manageable things. And then, based on that, start to really streamline and figure out what the key action steps you need to take are. Instead of having a million things to do, ask yourself, what are the things I can do and I should do to get me where I want to go? And more often than not, it's the simplest things. So yeah, that's a little thought for you on a Monday morning. The chaos of abundance and the problem of actually having too many options and being too capable. So drop in comments, let me know if that's you, if you have a never-ending to-do list, if you find yourself always stuck and then constantly spinning your wheels and never getting anywhere. Feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll be back in a couple of days.